FBI Director Kash Patel is testifying at this moment on Capitol Hill, facing tough questions from a Senate Judiciary Committee on his running of the agency. Now, there was some back and forth when Patel was asked about the firings of several heads of the FBI. CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane has been listening into that hearing. He's pulled away, kind enough to speak to us and let us know what's happening. Scott, good morning to you. So how is Director Patel defending himself under scrutiny from Democrats, especially about the FBI purge and alleged politicization of the FBI?
That really has been the focus of the first 90 minutes of this hearing. Democrats pointedly questioning on whether Kash Patel has some type of political litmus test inside the nation's top law enforcement agency for people who work there or potential new hires. And he denied accusations a few moments ago that he asks people who they voted for before they're hired into the FBI. That allegation came not just from a Democratic senator a few moments ago, but it came in a lawsuit that was filed just a few days ago by 3 recently fired FBI agents. Let's take a listen to one exchange at the Senate Judiciary Committee this morning.
So you're not accountable for your decisions to take people who served our country so admirably and terminate them without any cause?
That's a one-sided story. Anyone that has been terminated from the FBI, generally speaking, failed to meet the needs of the FBI and uphold their constitutional duties. And you providing a one-sided story from your perch is absolutely disgraceful, because the men and women of the FBI deserve better. And your attack on the current leadership of the men and women of the FBI is equally disgraceful, because now you're attacking the leaders that are our brave SACs in the field who are doing the job that this country needs. And we will continue to do it.
Excuse me, it's disgraceful when Mr. Meyer and Mr. Jardina, who served our country so well, are terminated apparently because of the rants of a broadcaster.
That is your opinion. It is not a fact.
So 2 different groups of former FBI agents have challenged Patel for how he's managing the Bureau. The ones that were just name-checked there by Senator Dick Durbin are Chris Meyer and Walter Jardina. They issued statements this morning alleging they were fired without cause, without process, unfairly, they allege, associated with cases that investigated President Trump. There's another group of 3 recently fired high-level FBI officials, one of whom was Kash Patel's predecessor as acting FBI director, who alleged that Patel wrongfully fired them for political reasons, for their association with investigations that involved President Trump, one of whom argued in the lawsuit, or all of whom argued in the lawsuit, Errol, that Patel deliberately creates panic and anxiety inside the Bureau.
And Scott, in addition to personnel, Patel has experienced criticism on process. After the shooting of Charlie Kirk, he online quickly posted news of someone in custody who was ultimately released. What can you tell us about criticism he's receiving, not just Democrats, but from Republicans too, on if he's fit for this role?
Well, there have been some Trump supporters who've questioned just how impactful this FBI investigation was if the father of the suspect turned the suspect in. Patel has been making a number of media appearances in the last 24 hours where he has touted the speed with which this case was closed, which may run counter to the criticisms that it was a father who turned in his son as much as a manhunt that led to this arrest. That being said, I expect questions at this Senate panel, potentially from both parties, about Patel's social media post in the initial hours of the manhunt, in which he touted that a subject was in custody and then had to say 90 minutes later that subject's been released and doesn't have any connection to the shooting. That is, to put it charitably, untraditional for an FBI director to say, and to say publicly.
Yeah, and Patel has already appeared on Fox News defending his decision to make that post. We'll let you get back to the hearing, Scott. We'll continue to listen in and bring our viewers updates on this throughout the day. Thank you very much.